Are you feeling it? I hope you're feeling it, you know, cause I feel it too. Greetings and salutations one and all. How you doing? Welcome to the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. Healthy Love Night. I want to big up each and everyone locked in right now. This one was Swappy, working out to the Ultimate Rejects. Track called Feeling It. Come on, we're kicking it off with some feeling tonight. I want to say big up to those who are locked in everywhere. Yeah, I was gonna say all over the globe. Yeah, everywhere. Those locked in on TuneIn Radio on the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew. Much love to you. Those hailing from across the pond, One Harmony Radio. Top of the morning to you guys over there in the UK. Much love, King Genius, Queen Genius. Pick up your status. Much love to my friends over there in New Jersey. NIE Radio. Much love to New Jersey's finest, the Motivator. Remember, you can catch the Motivator Thursday night on Reggae Global Radio at 9 p.m. And the NIE Radio, you can't leave out your own station, you know you go. And on Saturday afternoon, so 1 p.m. Motivation Saturdays. I want to say big ups to the Foundation Radio Network crew, ClintonLindsay.com. Much love, Mr. Lindsay. And remember, you can catch Mr. Lindsay every day at noon Eastern. Big ups to those who are locked in on PEMGTV.com. Big ups to you. Those locked in out of Texas on all 3 platforms. Yeah, man, those who are locked in on Aliwap Radio, Dusik Media Group, WGLR, home of the Donald Walker Morning Show. The People Station, taking from the sheets to the streets, touching from Detroit to Denmark and all points in between. Much love to you, Danny. Big up to those on Zeno FM. Those locked in on YouTube. Those on Facebook Live. Those who are listening in on Clubhouse. Yeah, man, the club is the stew pot. Speaking of the stew pot, y'all are invited to jump into the stew pot on kevinstew.com. And big ups to those who are already locked in on kevinstew.com, home of the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. Where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment. I want to say thank you to my sponsors. Big ups to my segment sponsors, Pulse Media Group. Taking care of your videos, your photos, your streaming, your advertising. You have an event you want to stream live? You can link them up. When you say live, what do you mean? You say everything you see here on kevinstew.com, they do that and more. So you have a church service, a funeral, a party, a graduation, a seminar, you name it. You want to stream it live on a secure platform, whether it's yours or theirs? Give them a call, 754-999-1140. And tell them Kevin Stew sent you. I want to say thank you to Althea and her Healing Heavenly Hands. Althea is a licensed massage therapist operating out of Broad County, North Miami-Dade and South Palm Beach counties. She comes to you, bringing her table, her oils, and over 20 years massage therapy experience. So if you're in the Broad County, North Miami-Dade or South Palm Beach counties, schedule your appointment today. 954-655-9000. That's 954-655-9000. Or you can email her at thealater@att.net. Yeah man, you can text her on that number too. Every time we she only has one request outside of paying her. It's a simple request. It's called the Kevin Stew clause. She asks that you get off her table and go sleep somewhere else when she's done. And it's called the Kevin Stew clause because I always fall asleep. I want to say thank you to Reggae Global Entertainment. Reggae Global will act as your booking agents, handle your tour management, their business registration, your legal service referrals, music production, marketing and promotion, and so much more. Give them a call, 954-804-8199. Or check them out at reggaeglobalentertainment.com or reggaeglobal.com. Tell them you heard about them on kevinstew.com. Or you can mention the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. I want to say thank you to McNeil Trucking. With McNeil Trucking, your goods are in good hands. They're licensed and insured movers in the state of Florida. So give them a call, 954-406-9740 if you want to move from here to there. Put some stuff in storage. You don't have the manpower, don't have the transportation, don't have the equipment. No worries. Call up McNeil Trucking, 954-406-9740. And tell them Kevin Stew sent you. Now do remember, those of you locked in on Facebook Live and the Clubhouse, it's only a segment broadcast. So come on over to kevinstew.com where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment. Jump into the stew pot. And those of you wondering what the stew pot is what we call a chat room. Well, what others call a chat room. But because we're fancy on kevinstew.com, it's a stew pot. It's the interactive portal where we keep things bubbling. So you don't need to register. You don't need to offer your firstborn an internal organ or a blood sacrifice. It's completely free. Go to kevinstew.com and you're right there in the stew pot, bubbling. We only ask that you keep things respectful and respect the views of others.
Long time now I drink some rum. Long time now I have some fun. Long time now I feel so nice. This party.
Inviting to call a friend, tell a friend, friends of your friends, friends of your enemies, enemies of your friends, and your enemies too. Call everybody because the information is good for everybody. Tell them the night shift the DJ Kevin Stew is on, and it's Healthy Love Night. Numbers to get you in touch: 773-789-STEW. That's 773-789-7839. You can call, text, WhatsApp, Telegram. They all work. Of course, since it's a phone number, I'd really prefer you call. And if you want to text, go in the stew pot and leave your comments there. Where is that? kevinstew.com. You can't miss it. You can't miss it. And that's where you watch live too. So not taking anything away from my affiliates, you can watch live on kevinstew.com. So tonight, we're looking at Fluvoxamine. You ever heard of it? Now, if this week was the first time you were really hearing about Fluvoxamine, and it was because the FDA put out a brand new warning about it, that's understandable. Because not many people, unless you're in that kind of a business, you're in that realm, you're in need of that kind of drug, I guess you wouldn't have heard of it. unless someone mentioned it to you within the last 2 years since the virus. Yeah, I'll just call it the virus because you know, boy. The McNeil trucking crew are really cute and handsome. Okay, 3263. Apparently, you've called up the McNeil trucking crew. You did some moving recently, huh? Okay. Are you see them on social media? Which is it? Okay. So I guess I could add that to the list. Well, that's not a service they provide. That's just who they are, right? They're cute and handsome. Well, better handsome than a handful, or maybe not. I'll leave that alone. That's a real talk night. Tonight is Healthy Love Night, and we're looking at Fluvoxamine. Ever heard of it? Just saying the word, it kind of makes you want to sit upright and fix your posture and let your pinky finger extend just to say the word. Fluvoxamine. Okay, so here's a thing that caught my eye. Brand new information. And it is that when it comes to confirming the safety of things consumed, the Food and Drug Administration are the ones that lead the charge. And according to bestlifeonline.com, they say the agency is responsible for regulating a broad scope of product categories, including both prescription and non-prescription drugs. In terms of its regulation requirements, the FDA is meant to approve medications to protect against the sale of misbranded or potentially harmful drugs, as well as supervise the recall of any medicines and warn the public about potential adverse events associated with them. Now, of course, I have my own views on how they operate based on information I've seen. Not saying anything about them one way or another. But according to Best Life Online, quote, Americans receive as many as 3 billion prescriptions for pharmaceuticals each year, and millions receive medical devices such as hip and knee implants. All medications and all medical devices come with inherent risks, but it is the FDA's duty to address serious risks that can be avoided and managed, as according to the agency. Now, the FDA has posted a new alert about the use of one popular medication. I can't say how popular this medication is or has become in the last few years, but on the 16th of May, the FDA announced that it would not be authorizing the medicine Fluvoxamine as a treatment for COVID. Now, I'm not too sure how it is that it ended up being a COVID-related drug, if you're familiar with what it is. Now, should I talk about what it is now, or should I just continue with what they have to say about it here? Okay, let me continue with the information from Best Life Online, because this was what caught my eye in the first place. So, on the 16th of May, the FDA announced that it would not be authorizing the medicine Fluvoxamine as a treatment for COVID. According to the alert, a group of healthcare providers led by David R. Boulware, MD, a professor of medicine at the University of Minnesota, submitted a proposal in December of 2021, requesting that the agency approve this drug for the outpatient treatment of adults 24 years or older with positive tests of SARS-CoV-2 viral testing to prevent progression to severe COVID-19 and or hospitalization. The group included information from clinical trials investigating the use of fluvoxamine for COVID treatment in their proposal. But after a FDA scientific review staff assessed the available information, the agency revealed in a 27-page alert that is chosen not to issue the requested emergency use authorization, the EUA. Now, fluvoxamine is a generic selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, or SSRI. So let me let that soak in for a moment. I don't know if it sends off any alerts, it raises any flags in your minds or anything like that. But it is a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. What does that mean? Well, it is used, I guess a little bit later on we can look at what that really means, but it is used most commonly to treat obsessive compulsive disorder. Now, according to the Mayo Clinic, this is what the drug is for. The FDA has approved the use of the medicine for OCD as well in the treatment of depression, anxiety, and other mood disorders. But in its new alert, the agency said that the data provided did not prove that this medicine is effective in treating infections caused by the coronavirus. Now, I'm curious to know how it was that this drug ended up being associated with the coronavirus in the first place. It's a drug to treat mood disorders. So, how then is it treating coronavirus? Is there more to this connection than is being let on? Let's continue and see what we can find. So, the FDA has determined that the data are insufficient to conclude that fluvoxamine may be effective in the treatment of non-hospitalized patients with COVID-19 to prevent progression to severe disease and or hospitalization. The FDA wrote the FDA. According to the agency, there were uncertainties, quote unquote, uncertainties about results from the main clinical trial cited, and they listed design limitations with the real-world data studies, and the treatment benefit of this medicine for severe COVID-19 was, quote, not persuasive. Now, Boulware, who led the push for the authorization of fluvoxamine in treating COVID, tweeted on May 16 that he was, quote, disappointed with the FDA's decision to decline his proposal. The agency has already given the green light to other COVID treatments, including Pfizer's Paxlovid pill and Merck's Molnupiravir, right? I got all the syllables in there. It's the Molnupiravir medication. But according to Boulware, there is still value in the FDA authorizing other popular medicines like fluvoxamine for the treatment of coronavirus infections. Quote, there are effective therapeutics that are available, but not everyone has access to them. Not everyone can tolerate them, and some people have contraindications. And if you go elsewhere in the world, low and middle income countries, they have access to no therapeutics. End quote. And this is what Dr. Boulware told Reuters. Now, I have so many more questions. And this article alone isn't enough to provide me with answers. But one of the questions I have is the one that I mentioned earlier. What was it that made the connection to COVID-19 or coronavirus and this drug, this fluvoxamine? Well, how did an affiliation, how did an association come to be in the first place? And I wonder who got treated with this, why it ended up, or who was treating, which doctors were treating patients with this drug, why it became a thing. And, you know, if the argument, I'm pretty sure Dr. Boulware has a valid argument in saying other drugs have been approved. So why not this one? And, you know, only the powers that be, or those that are privy to the argument, can give an account or an opinion on that. But I haven't really found any information to say, let me give you some more information. But comment here, because folks are getting depressed from all the misinformation. So, Kellery, I didn't really want to go there off the bat, but apparently you know me so well. Either they're getting depressed because they're told that when they contract this virus that it's a death sentence, or they're worried that it could be because that is the line of argument that has been put out from the beginning, even though the statistics show otherwise. So if they're depressed, then something that could address things like anxiety and depression could end up brightening their moods. But I dare to go even further. Have anybody ever really realized that people who tend to be happier also tend to be healthier? Or have they just associated them being healthier as the reason why they're happier? People who are depressed tend to get sick easily. You know, I was trying not to go there, Gallery, but yeah, maybe, I don't know, it's a crossover between healthy love and real talk. You know, looking at emotions and health. It's one of those crossover topics. And thinking back now, I'm not sure if I had really presented on the relationship between the two. So maybe that is something I need to look into. And I may have to call you up on that one to help me out with it also. 3263 says both. So, both, as in both the when I talk about the reason why fluvoxamine would be helpful to someone suffering from um, the COVID-19 virus. Anyway, what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna say goodbye to those on Facebook Live, those on Clubhouse. But the invitation is open for you to hang out with on any of the other platforms. KevinStew.com is the home of the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew, and it houses the stew pot, so you can jump into the stew pot and be interactive and bubbly, just like you are on Facebook, or well, not on Clubhouse, because Clubhouse is audio, and I didn't see anybody put up their hand to speak. So, but as you are on Clubhouse, on Facebook, you can come on over to KevinStew.com and place your comments in the stew pot. Again, we only ask that you keep it respectful. Okay? So, we're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, we talk some more. And we see what we can learn, what more we can learn about fluvoxamine. Like, how long has this been around? That's a good question. And what's its relationship with serotonin? Because, the drug performs a function. How does it perform this function, and what is it associated with in making this function successful? So when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit. We're going to learn some more about fluvoxamine, and FDA put out this warning, but are there other warnings that we should know about when it comes to this drug? We'll be right back. Before we dive all in to our commercial break, do note, and we started off with this bit of information here. Yes, marykay.com/Kevin Stew. The Kevin Stew Mary Kay shop is still open. Go do your Order Mary Kay store, whichever way you want to call it. It is open, and it's open 24/7. Go do your shopping. And men, ladies, there are products for men. Men, there are products for you. So, go check out your face and beard care products and fragrances. Father's Day is coming up, ladies. You want to get your men some products? Some new fragrance, maybe? I'm in need of a new fragrance. The one that I'm wearing now, the bottle is coming to an end. So I could use a new fragrance. marykay.com/Kevin Stew. That's where you go to get it. And if you're looking to balance out your skin, ladies, or even men, those who are on TV, those who are in photography, models, you want to have that balanced skin tone. The Mary Kay CC cream can do that for you, and it has the added bonus of UV protection. And those who think that you only get exposed to UV when you go out into the sunlight, your devices, your televisions, your ceiling lights, these provide ultraviolet rays also. So check out the CC cream on marykay.com/Kevin Stew. All right, we'll be right back after these other messages. It's all about the Kevin Stew hands, legs, and feet set, available through marykay.com/Kevin Stew. For the hands, the Satin Hands Pampering Set. The legs get the Mint Bliss Energizing Lotion for feet and legs. But just for feet, there's a limited edition Mary Kay Pedicure Set. Place your order for just $68 until May 30 on marykay.com/Kevin Stew.
Pulsey Media Group, innovative streaming and recording, has done it again. A new way to get your business in full view of your neighborhood consumer through AdShare TV. It's available in your neighborhood today. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. Become a host today and place a TV monitor in a strategic location so it's easy to see. Get a 1-minute video ad or longer that plays anywhere in our network. Can't be a host? No problem. For a few dollars, we'll run your 30-second video ad. A host can run announcement specials like buy one get one free or discount ads. Let's turn your flyers into a 30-second video with music or a voiceover, or let us create and run your video ad with a spokesperson. Take advantage of our early enrollment discount. Join us today. Your ad will be seen at least 30 times per day in your AdShare TV neighborhood. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. AdShare TV, part of Pulse Media Group.
Smile? Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Reggae Global Entertainment presents the brand new self-titled album from Yishka with 9 great songs. Oh Baby Let Me Love You.
Oh baby.
Be Grateful for Life.
Be grateful for life.
Shake You Down.
Girl, I wanna shake you
What else can I do?
What else can I do?
Babe, Come Over.
Baby, come over.
My. It's our time.
It's our time. You know I love you.
For your love.
For your love, I would do anything.
I'm falling.
I'm falling in love again.
Yishka. 9 great songs. Available on all streaming platforms.
You sure look good tonight.
Available now.
Hey, I'm representing for DJ Kevin Stew, working on the night shift radio show. Won't go changing like the weather, just to please the devil never. Will DJ Kevin Stew sell his soul? That's a word and honor. It's Christine representing word and honor. Selassie DJ Kevin Stew.
Girl, I will never change this. Real love, baby, I could never fake this. Oh, girl, your smile is contagious. Lost a lot of things, but I'm glad that I found you. I found you. It don't really matter if it's winter, summer, spring, or fall. If I gotta go against the world for you, I risk it all. I hope you know what you mean to me. When you're with me, I feel complete. I'd give up everything before I let you go. As long as you're happy, seeing you happy, that makes me happy. 'Cause you mean the world to me. As long as I'm living, my only mission is keeping you happy. You happy. I just want you all for me. Whenever you call for me, you know that I'll be on my way. No matter what time of day, I just want you to understand me. Oh yeah, nothing else comes before you. It don't really matter if it's winter, summer, spring, or fall. If I gotta go against the world for you, I risk it all. I hope you know what you mean to me. When you're with me, feel complete. I'd give up everything before I let you go. As long as you're happy, seeing you happy, that makes me happy. 'Cause you mean the world to me. As long as I'm living,
The sound of Deville.
it's keeping you happy.
A track called Happy. Inviting you to call a friend, tell a friend, friends of your friends, friends of your enemies, enemies of your friends, and your enemies too. It's Healthy Love right here on the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew. Big ups to the affiliates once more. One Harmony Radio, NIE Radio, Island Worldwide, the Foundation Radio Network, TwinsandLindsay.com, WGLRO, Aloha Radio, Dusik Media Group, Flex, not Flex, but Zeno FM. Big ups to my family and friends over there at Flex FM too. Much love, TC, Trisha. Enough love and big ups to you guys. All right, so topic tonight. Fluvoxamine. I almost forgot it. Is it maybe does fluvoxamine help with memory? Does it? I don't know. So what do we know about fluvoxamine? All right, so its oral capsule is available as a generic drug. It's not available as a brand name drug. It comes in two forms: oral capsule and oral tablet. The oral capsule is used to treat obsessive compulsive disorder. So what is the oral tablet used to treat? Okay. 773-789-STEW gets you in touch. 773-789-7839. I do want to hear from you. I'd love to hear from you. Share your views with me. Of course, the Stew Pot is available. Those others would call it a chat room. We call it the Stew Pot. It's where we keep things interactive and bubbling. So just go to kevinstew.com and be interactive in the Stew Pot. All right. Those of you that are shy and don't want your voices to be heard. So, FDA warning. Now, this information I found on healthline.com. FDA warning. Suicidal thoughts and actions. This is as it relates to fluvoxamine, by the way. The drug has box warning. And this is the most serious warning from the Food and Drug Administration. A box warning alerts doctors and patients about drug effects that may be dangerous. So that's the warning that is printed on the packaging. The same way cigarettes always had Surgeon General says smoking may cause cancer. You mean a box warning like that? I'm just asking, because I don't know. Fluvoxamine may increase suicidal thoughts or action in some children, teenagers, or young adults. These thoughts or actions usually happen in the first few months of treatment or during dosage changes. Call your doctor right away if you notice new or sudden changes in you or your child's mood, behavior, actions, thoughts, or feelings, especially if they're severe. These are the warnings on the fluvoxamine box. Do y'all remember what fluvoxamine is used for? No, but hold on. We're not done yet because there are more warnings. There's a serotonin syndrome warning. Now, this drug can cause a life-threatening condition called serotonin syndrome. This happens when medications cause too much serotonin to build up in your body. Call your doctor right away if you have any symptoms of this condition, such as agitation, hallucinations, coordination problems, or muscle stiffness. That sounds like some people I know that are not on medication. Warnings continue. Abnormal bleeding warning. The same drug, fluvoxamine. This drug may increase your risk of bleeding or bruising. You may be at higher risk if you are also taking aspirin, the blood thinner warfarin, or a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug such as ibuprofen or naproxen. Then, because it goes on, there's manic episodes warning. This drug can increase your risk of mania. If you have a history of mania, talk with your doctor before using this drug. You remember what the name of the drug is? It's fluvoxamine. The same one that the FDA put out a warning that it is not recommended for use in COVID-19 treatment because they were issued a request to put it on the list of COVID-19 treatments. Now, was it because of any of these warnings why they didn't approve it? That wasn't what the article said. They just said they didn't get enough proof that it worked against COVID-19. Question here in the stew pot. I'd also like to know how tiny those warnings are on the label. So those of us that wear glasses, do we need a magnifying glass to see these warning labels? Is a question that 3221 is asking in the stew pot. I'm chuckling, but you know it's a really serious question, because when you check out some of these products and you're looking for the warning information, they're so fine. And I'm not talking so good looking. I mean, the print is so fine. It is almost illegible completely. So if you need to magnify your magnifier in order to read it, that's a problem. But the FDA is cool with it because the warning is on the label. And it just has to be there. There's no stipulation about how it has to be there, apparently. Because if it's going to be printed that fine that you can barely read it, then there can't be any stipulation as to how it needs to be there. It just needs to be there. Anyway, so as a reminder, fluvoxamine is a prescription drug. It comes as a tablet or a capsule. So naturally, you're to take it orally. But for those that didn't know that is how capsules and tablets work, they give you that information also to be taken by mouth. Now, fluvoxamine oral capsule is only available as a generic drug. Now, what makes that bit of information important? I don't know. I'm a DJ, not a DR. So those that are in that field, maybe y'all can help me out. Why is fluvoxamine used? Well, it is used to treat obsessive compulsive disorder. So those that suffer from OCD, and you might remember I talked about OCD some time back, and messing around with people that have OCD and things like that, it can really set some people off, make them late for work, and, you know, think monk, but not as funny. Fluvoxamine belongs to a class of drugs called selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, SSRIs. This is a class of drug that is a group of medications that work in a similar way. These drugs are often used to treat similar conditions. Fluvoxamine helps increase the amount of a chemical in your brain called serotonin. Now, this change helps treat the symptoms of OCD. Side effects? Well, the oral capsule may cause drowsiness, but it can also cause other side effects. They're slightly different for adults than they are for children, but only slightly. Side effects for both adults and children include nausea, sleepiness, weakness, dizziness, anxiousness, trouble sleeping. Wait, back up. It causes sleepiness, but it also causes trouble sleeping. Anyway, let me continue. Because if anybody else has a question sign over their head right now, you're not alone. Okay? And it's good for me to know that I am not alone. Let me go on. So, anxiousness, trouble sleeping, sexual problems, shaking, not feeling hungry, dry mouth, diarrhea, muscle pain, sore throat, upset stomach, yawning. Okay. Let me not bring up the sexual problems and the shaking, because I think one could easily offset the other, but that's just my weird level of thinking. Additional side effects for children can include hyperactivity or agitation, depression, heavy menstrual periods, gas, and rash. Okay, not hives, but a rash. Remember, there's a difference. But hyperactivity or agitation, but at the same time, you're sleepy, weak, and have muscle pain. But you're agitated and hyperactive at the same time. And I would want to take this drug to address my OCD. Why? Somebody help me. Anybody help me. Please. Pretty please. You know, these are the drugs that are being prescribed to help a situation. But with these side effects, how helpful could it be? Well, you know, if you're dealing with all of these things, your OCD is definitely going out the window. Definitely. Now, if these effects are mild, they may go away within a few days, but it could be a couple weeks. If they are more severe or don't go away, talk to your doctor or pharmacist. Oh, so the potential for them to stick around is also there. Oosa. Anyway, call your doctor right away if you have serious side effects. Call 911 if your symptoms feel life-threatening, or if you think you're having a medical emergency. Serious side effects and their symptoms can include the following. Pay attention. Hope you have your pen and paper out. If not, no worries. It is recorded. The podcast is available. Come tomorrow morning. The YouTube is available also. And they both go by the same name, The Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew. So you can search for it on any platform that you want. You listen to your podcast everywhere that you listen to podcasts. Okay? Cool. All right. So go to kevinstew.com and you find all the information there. You don't even need to search around. kevinstew.com. It has the podcast right there. It has the YouTube right there. You can watch everything or listen to it right there on kevinstew.com. It's amazing what you can do with technologists these days and one website. Anyway, symptoms, and these are your more severe symptoms or your serious side effects. You ready for this? Attempts to commit suicide. Wouldn't you rather stay with your OCD? So, attempts to commit suicide, acting on dangerous impulses, aggressive or violent behavior, thoughts about suicide or dying, new or worsened depression, new or worsened anxiety or panic attacks, agitation, restlessness, anger, or irritability. Some people get that all on their own. Trouble sleeping, serotonin syndrome. And symptoms can include agitation, hallucinations, coma. Wait, what? A coma? You could end up being agitated and hallucinating while in a coma, or you could end up getting into a coma also after getting these. I digress. Agitation, hallucinations, coma, or other changes in mental status. If you're in a coma, that's a change in all kind of status. Coordination problems or muscle twitching, racing heartbeat, sweating or fever, nausea, vomiting or diarrhea, muscle stiffness. You have eye problems, which the symptoms could include eye pain, changes in vision, such as blurred or double vision, swelling or redness in and around your eyes. Swelling in your eyes? Seriously? Caused from one medication. All this. But it doesn't stop there. There's more. Manic episodes, which symptoms can include greatly increased energy, severe trouble sleeping, racing thoughts, reckless behavior, unusually grand ideas. I get those when I wake up in the morning. No drugs. How is that such a bad thing? Excessive happiness or irritability. So the people that are really happy, you can take Fluvoxamine and be like them. Or that's if you're lucky. So excessive happiness is a manic diagnosis. Where's Dr. KRB? Excessive happiness is not a good thing. I'm wondering here. Somebody help me. Talking more or faster than usual. Let me slow down. People might be thinking that I'm on Fluvoxamine. Now, there's a disclaimer here. Our goal, you ready? Our goal is to provide you with the most relevant and current information. However, because drugs affect each person differently, we cannot guarantee that this information includes all possible side effects. Oh, there could be more. This information is not a substitute for medical advice. Always discuss possible side effects with a healthcare provider who knows your medical history. Don't listen to DJ Kevin Stew. He's a DJ, not a DR. However, the information that is being provided to you by Kevin Stew is received from some people that are in the know. Hey, I didn't write the stuff. I didn't make it up. I'm presenting it to you the very same way I got it. Now, what if you're taking other medications along with Fluvoxamine? It can interact with other medications, vitamins, or herbs. An interaction is when a substance changes the way a drug works. For those of you wondering what an interaction is. This can be harmful or prevent the drug from working well. It's kind of like taking certain drugs while consuming alcohol. You know, it can have a reaction. Now, to help avoid interactions, your doctor should manage all of your medications carefully. Be sure to tell your doctor about all medications, vitamins, and herbs that you're taking. To find out how this drug may interact with something else that you're taking, talk with your doctor or pharmacist. Now, examples of drugs that can cause interactions with Fluvoxamine are listed. Now, do we go into this now, or will we come back from the break? Because, all right, tell you what, I'm going to leave this part of it because you're talking about drugs that can cause serious heart rhythm problems or even sudden death. If you don't believe me, go look it up yourself. It's healthline.com. Healthline.com. And you'll want to look for Fluvoxamine. Okay? We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to see what we can find out about serotonin, because it was mentioned as a selective serotonin inhibitor, right? So, reuptake inhibitor. So it's a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, SSRI. Let's look at what serotonin is when we come back from the break, because those warnings really took me for a loop. And I don't know how you guys are reacting or how you feel about the warnings. If you need me to go over them, I can. But shoot me a message. Let me know. 773-789-STEW, or message me in the Stew Pot. Give me a call. Help me out here with understanding some of the information that I just presented to you, because I'll be the first to admit I'm no genius. And this drug, I'll tell you when it was approved. In fact, I can tell you now before we go on the break. So you can mull over this bit of information while we're on the break. Fluvoxamine was developed by Kali Dufar, part of a Solvay Pharmaceuticals, Belgium, now Abbott Laboratories, and introduced as Floxiferol in Switzerland back in 1983. Now, it was approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, the same group that just said it can't be used for COVID-19. So it was approved by the FDA in 1994, and it was introduced as Luvox, Luvox, in the United States. The very same drug that we're talking about right now, known as Fluvoxamine. It was Luvox, Luvox. So, did they discontinue Luvox? I didn't look into it. I didn't ask that question. Maybe you can go check that out. But if they did, then why do we have Fluvoxamine? Things that make you go, We're going to take that break right about now. When we come back, we're going to talk some more. It's the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew, Healthy Love Night. We'll be right back. Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind, and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com. Your links to worship and praise.
Making great music is one thing, sharing it with the world, that's another. Let the professionals at Reggae Global Entertainment help you to another level. Specializing in artist management, booking, public relations and marketing, and promotion, Reggae Global Entertainment can help you with event planning, websites, photography, and video production, press releases, legal services, and graphic design. They can even help you with music production, so you can get the sound that you want every time. Call Reggae Global Entertainment at 954-804-8199. That's 804-8199. Or visit them online at reggaeglobalentertainment.com. Teddy Greaves Jr. with 6 brand new songs out now on his brand new EP, Teddy Greaves Jr. with songs you know and love like Can You Stop the Rain? Can you stop the rain? One Last Cry. Can't Get Over You. Wait Too Long. You and I. And One Last Cry, the acoustic version. Teddy Greaves Jr., now available on all major digital platforms. Teddy Greaves Jr.
When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulsemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.
Yes. Akar Mantino, I'm making notes right now. You are locked in to DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift.
The butterflies. Oh baby, take me for a ride. When I'm with you, no maybes, confirmations please, oh baby. And it's a feeling I cannot hide. Are you ready? Are you ready, baby, baby? Got something really special for me. I want you to please me. I want to please you every time we get around each other. Oh, here comes the butterfly. Oh, here comes the butterfly. Oh, baby, take me for a ride. Take me for a ride. When I'm with you, no maybes, confirmations please, oh baby. And it's a feeling I cannot hide. I get butterflies. Come and see me, baby, 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 just come and see me. Give me that feeling, sweet, sweet feeling. Come and see me, baby, just why don't you come and see me? Give me that feeling, sexy, sexy feeling, sexy, sexy feeling. Oh, here comes the butterfly. Oh, here comes the butterfly. Oh, baby, take me for a ride. Take me for a ride. When I'm with you, no maybes, confirmations please, oh baby. Confirmation. It's a feeling I cannot hide. I get butterflies. Are you ready? Are you ready for something real? Something you can really, really feel for a lifetime, over and over. I get butterflies. Oh, here comes the butterflies. Oh, baby, take me for a ride. Take me for a ride. When I'm with you, no babies, confirmations please, oh baby. And it's a feeling I cannot hide. I get butterflies. Come and see me, baby, 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 just come and see me. Give me that feeling, sweet, sweet feeling, sweet, sweet feeling.
Come and see me.
Come and see me, baby, just why don't you come and see me?
Just come on over. Give me that feeling, that sweet, sweet feeling. The sound of China Nicole.
Oh, here comes
the track called Butterflies.
Oh, baby.
So I want to thank my listeners. I truly appreciate of you. Someone just sent me a message here.
Confirmations, please.
And it's a screenshot of the question, why is Fluvox discontinued? And let me tell you what it says. And you can look this up yourselves, as this particular listener did. It says Fluvox contained an additional warning as it was believed to be associated with violent behavior and suicidal thinking in children and teenagers. Fluvox was removed from the US market in 2002 following press coverage related to the Columbine massacre in 1999. what are we talking about tonight? We are talking about fluvoxamine. What is fluvoxamine? Fluvoxamine is that drug that was approved in 1980. When did I say 1989? Let me go back. I don't want to misquote. 1994, the FDA approved it and it was introduced in the US as Luvox. 94. Here it was, discontinued in 2002 because it was related. Press coverage related it to the Columbine massacre in 1999. Why? Because according to the warning, it was believed to be associated with violent behavior and suicidal thinking in children and teenagers. But this drug was for OCD. Okay. I don't know who arranging clothes by color codes in a closet would affect. I don't know who checking the door 15 times to make sure it is locked when you're about to leave. I don't know who that is going to kill, hurt, maim, or injure. So, why would I be taking this drug? I'm just, I want to know. Somebody, please help me. Anybody, tell me why. And why would such a drug be approved for anything in the first place? And here's the thing. Here's the kicker. The drug was discontinued. But no, the name of the drug was discontinued. The drug is still out there. It's just being prescribed under another name. Now, am I making this up? No, I'm not. The information is there. Everybody else can go and find it. I'm just asking, why would I want to take this? And why would anybody else want to take this? And why would a doctor prescribe this? Isn't there such a thing called the Hippocratic Oath that you have to swear to protect your patients? What? Does it only protect the rights of your patients? Well, your patient has a right to live. Does it only protect the information surrounding or relating to your patient? Come on. Anyway, so ooh, sir. That's all I can say about that part. Ooh, sir. So do not harm. That's the Hippocratic Oath. In summary, it is do not harm. So prescribing a drug like this, is it harmful or not? That's the question. Is it harmful or not? Serotonin. What is it? Serotonin is a chemical nerve cells produce. And it sends signals between your nerve cells. Serotonin is found mostly in the digestive system, although it's also in blood, platelets, and throughout the central nervous system. It's kind of weird that serotonin is found in the digestive system and it affects your mood. So you'd pretty much think that it was something secreted in the brain, right? Because moods tend to be associated with thoughts. Am I on the right track here? That's why they call it practicing medicine. Oh, so they get to practice on us? We are the lab rats? Cool. I can dig it. I don't have to agree with it. I just need to understand it. And that's what having acceptance through enlightenment is all about. Okay, that's what you want to do? Cool. I'm cool with you doing that. You're just not doing it to me. Simple. So serotonin is made from the essential amino acid tryptophan. This amino acid must enter your body through your diet and is commonly found in foods such as nuts, cheese, and red meat. Tryptophan deficiency can lead to lower serotonin levels. This can result in mood disorders such as anxiety or depression. Okay. So that's how the serotonin comes into play. So what does serotonin do? It impacts every part of your body, from your emotions to your motor skills. Serotonin is considered a natural mood stabilizer. It's a chemical that helps with sleeping, eating, and digesting. Serotonin also helps reduce depression, regulate anxiety, heal wounds, stimulate nausea, and maintain bone health. Now, here's how serotonin acts in various functions across your body. With bowel movements, serotonin is found primarily in the body's stomach and intestines. It helps control your bowel movements and function. For mood, it is in the brain. Serotonin in the brain is thought to regulate anxiety, happiness, and mood. Low levels of the chemical have been associated with depression, and increased serotonin levels brought on by medication are thought to decrease arousal. Do we want to decrease arousal? Question sign. Serotonin is part of the reason you become nauseous. Who knew? Production of serotonin rises to push out noxious or upsetting foods more quickly in diarrhea. The chemical also increases in the blood, which stimulates the part of the brain that causes nausea. Huh. That bit of information I did not know. Serotonin is a chemical responsible for stimulating parts of the brain that control sleep and waking. That's what we know it for, right? Every time you talk about serotonin, it's usually associated with the sleep patterns. Whether you sleep or wake depends on what area is stimulated and which serotonin receptor is used. Is there a way to stimulate that particular part without drugs? Maybe that's what we should also look into. How to stimulate serotonin without the use of drugs. Somebody look that up for me, please. Blood platelets release serotonin to help heal wounds. The serotonin causes tiny arteries to narrow, helping form blood clots. Yes, clots. We're not talking patois here, so nobody's cursing. Serotonin plays a role in bone health. Significantly higher levels of serotonin in bones can lead to osteoporosis, which makes the bones weaker. So, higher levels, weaker bones. But serotonin is good, but too much is bad. You see how amazing the human body is? Low levels of serotonin are associated with increased libido, while increased levels of serotonin are associated with reduced libido. So, does that mean if you have higher levels of serotonin, you get more sleep? Well, maybe that would be why you get more sleep, because you're not interested in sex. That could be one thing. Now, serotonin helps regulate your mood naturally. When your serotonin levels are normal, you feel happier, calmer, more focused, less anxious, more emotionally stable. A 2007 study found that people with depression often have low levels of serotonin. serotonin deficiency has also been linked to anxiety and insomnia. But wait, so low levels of serotonin lead to depression. However, with lower levels of serotonin, something strange happening with my information here. That's so odd. My information just decided that, it's not going to play with me anymore. Weird. So let me give you the rest of this information before I go back to looking at the low level, because the low levels of serotonin meant higher libido, and higher levels of serotonin meant lower libido, but lower levels of serotonin is also linked to anxiety and insomnia. So how do you manage to strike the balance? How do you find how much medication you can prescribe to balance this all out if your serotonin levels are out of sync? Or do you find the source, doctors? I'm really directing this at you. Do you find the source of the abnormal levels of serotonin and address that instead of just prescribing a drug? Am I getting myself in trouble here? It's why we need to be our own advocate and dig deeper other than just taking a medication described by a doctor. Exercise and diet. Oh, as it relates to helping with anxiety and insomnia or libido. I had missed where you commented on that. 3221. And my thoughts, they just go off, go off to the races. So the 2007 study found that people with depression often have lower levels of serotonin, which would mean, I don't know why you're depressed though, because that means a higher libido. And only if you're being turned down all the time, I guess that could be depressing. The struggle. Minor disagreements about the role serotonin plays in mental health have occurred. Can you see why? I can. Oh, exercise and diet can help balance serotonin. Cool. I read that somewhere. Some researchers in older studies have questioned whether an increase or decrease in serotonin can affect depression. New research claims it does. For example, a 2016 animal study examined mice lacking serotonin autoreceptors that inhibited serotonin secretion. Without these autoreceptors, the mice had higher levels of serotonin available in their brains. Researchers found these mice exhibited less anxiety and depression-related behaviors. How do you tell if a mouse is depressed? I'm not asking for a friend, I'm asking for a me. Doctors, how do you know if a mouse is depressed? They don't want to have fun at Disney or what? How do you know? Where was I? So ranges for serotonin levels. Generally, the normal range for serotonin in your blood is 101 to 283 nanograms per milliliter. This benchmark, however, may differ slightly depending on the measurements and samples tested, so talk to your doctor about specific test results. How exactly do they measure this? Is it at a particular time of day? Is it after a particular activity? Is it when you wake up in the morning, first thing when you wake up, or is it just before you go to bed? Is it after a meal, before a meal? Is it before an argument, after an argument, before making love, or after making love? How, when, or where? How? What are the things that are used as parameters to determine the levels of serotonin when they take your blood? Because it is a blood test. If they're measuring it in your blood, high levels of serotonin may be a sign of carcinoid syndrome. This involves a group of symptoms related to tumors of the small intestine, appendix, colon, or bronchial tubes. And a doctor will take a blood test to measure the serotonin levels in your blood to diagnose the disease or rule it out. Again, though, the questions. Now, you can increase your serotonin levels through medication and also through natural options. SSRIs, which is pretty much where we started with tonight's broadcast, is one of the things that may be prescribed. Low levels of serotonin in the brain may cause depression, anxiety, and sleep trouble. Many doctors will prescribe a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor to treat depression. They're the most commonly prescribed type of antidepressant. Okay, so this is where fluvoxamine comes into play and the connection with serotonin. SSRIs increase the levels of serotonin in the brain by blocking reabsorption of the chemical, so more of it remains active. SSRIs include Prozac and Zoloft, among others. So, more serotonin, less libido. Now you can see where the sex problems come into play. So you're happier, but you're sadder. Doesn't that make you more depressed? Or doesn't that contribute to bipolar behavior? Because either you're sad in your happiness or you're happy in your sadness, and either way, you're off. Is my logic off? Somebody help me, please. Why am I doing this topic tonight? Somebody help me, please. All right. So, outside of SSRIs, there are factors that can boost serotonin levels, according to a paper published in the Journal of Psychiatry and Neuroscience. Exposure to bright light. So sunshine or light therapy are commonly recommended remedies for treating seasonal depression. Find a great selection of light therapy products online. You can go do a little search. But exposure to bright light. Let's address that for a quick moment. Many of us in the United States have sedentary jobs. These jobs are in buildings that are artificially lit. So, yes, you can receive light from artificial lighting, bulbs. But that's not quite the same as getting sunlight. Because the sunlight is nutritious. Yeah, there are UV rays that are emitted from both sources, but what you're getting from the sun includes vitamin D. So when you're doing your light therapy, try doing it in real light versus man-made light, please. And that's just from me, your resident DJ, not your resident DR. Don't laugh at me, 3221. Don't laugh at me. Moping around, lack of sex drive. I would definitely want tests done to determine hormone levels. But okay, you do the when would you do the test to determine the hormone levels though? When is there a recommended time for that so that you get a proper reading? Or do you have to do it over a series of different times? Yeah, how is that done for the reading? Regular exercise can have mood boosting effects. So go out in the sunlight and walk. Do it regularly. Take productive breaks. Those that work regular hours from between the hours of 8 a.m. and say 5 p.m. During those work hours, take breaks. Get up from your desk, go outside, and take a walk in the sunlight. You don't have to walk far. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Because you're entitled to two 15-minute breaks. So take 5 or 10 minutes out of that. Go for a quick walk. Come back, you'll be refreshed. You'll take on the tasks like with renewed vim, vigor, and vitality. You'll be like a brand new person. You don't have to take my word for it. Do it yourself and see what you get. And so it increases your mood. It regulates. I don't want to say it increases your serotonin levels because then might reduce your libido and then it causes you to be depressed and then you go end up saying, boy, DJ Kevin Stew made you depressed because you see, I didn't really do it, but it is my advice that you're following, so it is my fault. I don't blame me for that. I'm just presenting information as I have learned it, but you can learn it the same way too. Go find the information, which is why my job is to stimulate your appetite and not satisfy your hunger. Yes. So, exposure to bright light, regular exercise, foods can increase serotonin levels. And these include eggs, cheese, turkey, nuts, salmon, tofu, and pineapple. Now, a few of them on this list I've been staying away from. Cheese, kind of staying away from the dairy stuff, right? Nuts, I'm definitely a nuts kind of a guy. I have almond milk all the time. Almond and oat milk, I alternate them. And I do eat peanuts, almonds, cashews, pistachios. I do have a boiled egg each morning. Yes, one hard-boiled egg. I eat salmon as often as I can, wild caught. Tofu, not so much. Whenever pineapple is in season, I do try to get some pineapples or at least encourage anyone I'm with to have pineapples. Anyway, that's for another show. Meditating can also help relieve stress, moving on from the food part. So bright light, so go out in the sun, exercise. While you're exercising, you can snack on some nuts or some pineapples as you take your quick walk. Yeah? And meditating. As you take your quick walk, stop for a moment on a nice tree, cool spot. Yes, you're still getting the sunlight. You're just not directly in it because that you go back as you're on your way back to the office. You'll go back into the direct sunlight, but you stop and take a break in a shady spot and meditate for just a few minutes. Meditating can help relieve stress and promote a positive outlook on life, which can greatly boost serotonin levels. But you don't want to meditate too much because yet again, it will reduce your libido and cause you to be depressed. So, in everything, moderation. Balance. It's all about balance. So, I guess now I can take my musical therapy break, right? We can break for musical therapy now. Do I want to do this song? I think I want to change my song. Yeah, I'm gonna change my song. So Drugs that can cause serotonin levels to climb and collect in your body can lead to serotonin syndrome. And remember, we mentioned this earlier. It was dangerous. The syndrome can typically occur after you start taking a new drug or increase the dosage of an existing medication. The symptoms of serotonin syndrome include shivering, diarrhea, headache, confusion, dilated pupils, and goosebumps. Yeah, I guess the shivering brings on the goosebumps, or the goosebumps is as a result of the shivering. Any which way you slice it. Severe symptoms can include twitching muscles, a loss of muscle agility, muscle stiffness, high fever, rapid heart rate, high blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, and seizures. Funny enough, in the earlier bit of information, when I talked about serotonin syndrome, they mentioned death, which really wasn't mentioned in this list. But, some things in here could allude to that. Like the rapid heart rate and the high blood pressure, the irregular heartbeat and the seizures. These are all potentially life-ending situations. There are not any tests that can diagnose serotonin syndrome. So instead, your doctor will perform a physical exam to determine if you have it, if you manage to make it to your doctor in time. Now, often serotonin syndrome symptoms will disappear within a day if you take medication that blocks serotonin or replace the drug that is causing the condition in the first place. But if you don't know what is causing it and you are required to take that drug, then you'll probably continue taking it and end up in the situation that is causing you this serotonin syndrome, which could potentially kill you. Reasons to take prescriptions. That right there. So what's the bottom line here? Serotonin affects every part of your body. It is responsible for many of the important functions that get us through the day. If your levels are not in balance, well, it can affect your mental, physical, and emotional well-being. Do we want that? No. Sometimes a serotonin imbalance can mean something more serious. It's important to pay attention to your body and talk with your doctor about any concerns. Hey, I want to talk with somebody about all my concerns, because just this information alone is concerning. Let's start with where we started from. Fluvoxamine. Let's not forget that. So this is the connection. It is an SSRI, a selective serotonin reabsorption inhibitor. Is that what it is? Let me go back. I don't want to quote what SSRIs are. Selective serotonin reuptake, not reabsorption, reuptake. So selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, SSRIs. And fluvoxamine is an SSRI, and it was recommended that it be used to treat COVID. Now, if it is going to have some of these side effects that are mentioned in here, as typically SSRIs do, or anything relating to serotonin, then I could see where it would be recommended to treat COVID. Because going through all of these things, COVID is the last thing on your mind. Because you could end up having a severe case of what's it called? Serotonin syndrome, right? And having a severe case of serotonin syndrome could be detrimental. It could be fatal. So, is that why the funny part of it, not haha funny, but funny. Why has the FDA not approved this drug in the treatment of COVID? They didn't say it was because of all these things listed as side effects. No. They said it wasn't conclusive. They didn't get any information that convinced them that it worked against COVID-19. That's what the FDA said. None of this stuff. And nothing relating to why the name of the drug was changed. Because back in the 90s, it was known as Luvox. That is what it was introduced in the United States as. And it was linked to the Columbine massacre. And then the name of the drug was changed. They didn't even discontinue the drug. They just discontinued the name of the drug. So, why bother take a whole product off the market when you can just change the name and rebrand? That's all it is. Rebranding. And boom, we're off to the races. Don't you just love when a good plan comes together? It's musical therapy time. Tonight we're kicking off things with Ed Robinson. Thank you to McNeil Trucking for sponsoring this segment of the broadcast. It's called Musical Therapy. This is Ed Robinson with a track called The More We Are Together.
To make the world go round, even though we know it takes hate to make it all tumble down. Yeah. We know that what goes up don't always come back down. No, but when it goes around, we know it's have to come back around. So if you're digging one pit, my brother, better you just stick to. And if you're setting one trap, my sister, set another one for you. Don't you know things are always never what they seem? No, my reality could sometimes be your dream. Yeah. The more we are together, the happier we shall be. The more we stand together, the stronger we shall be. Yes, the more we are together, the happier we shall be. The more we stand together, the stronger we shall be. Yeah. Instead of building walls, let's build bridges instead. Instead of fighting wars, let peace go ahead. Remember, today is for you, but tomorrow's for me. Yeah. The light has been shining for you. Don't be so blind to see. Yeah. Things are always never what they seem. No, my reality could sometimes be your dream. The more we are together, the happier we shall be. The more we stand together, the stronger we shall be. Yes, the more we are together, the happier we shall be. The more we stand together, the stronger we shall be. Is it getting better?
This is the sound of Cesar. His rendition of One.
Will it make it easier for you now? You've got someone to blame. Well, it's one love, one life, it's one need, life, one life. It's a share. tough, but then you make me crawl. I can't be holding on to what you got when all you got is hurt. One love, one blood, one life. You got to do what you should. One dream with each other, sisters, brothers. One life, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other, carry each other.
Cante nossa vitória, oh glória, cante nossa vitória, oh yeah, yeah.
This is Mauricio Diaz.
Está sentindo saudade do
Track called Salveore.
mensageiros leves sua
Actually, that was the original name of it. It was renamed to Celebre Ore. Yeah, translated to Celebrate the King. Shouts out to my Portuguese friends, my Brazilian friends.
do vosso rei, do vosso rei. Louve ao rei, celebre ao rei. Vinde todos vós cansados, oprimidos. O vosso rei vos aliviará, o vosso rei vos aliviará. Louve ao rei, celebre ao rei. Vinde todos vós cansados, oprimidos. O vosso rei vos aliviará, o vosso rei vos aliviará. O rei está sentindo saudade dos seus filhos. Mandou seus mensageiros, leve sua carta. Percorrem em todos os lugares, enfrenta os rios e mares.
Suas montes desça os penhascos, grama em voz alta, até que seja ouvido o que o rei tem escrito. Ele sente falta dos seus filhos, encontrarão que se havia perdidos. Mas o rei chora, chora, chora por cada um de nós. Vinde todos nós cansados, oprimidos, criança, jovem, velho. Deixa os seus prazeres, voltemos juntos a alegrar o coração do vosso rei, do vosso rei, do vosso rei.
Louve ao rei, celebre ao rei. Vinde todos vós cansados, oprimidos. O vosso rei vos aliviará, o vosso rei vos aliviará. Louve ao rei, celebre ao rei. Vinde todos vós cansados, oprimidos. O vosso rei vos aliviará, o vosso rei vos aliviará. Pray upon it, don't you ever walk away from it.
This is the sound of the Twiggerific one. Twiggy. A track called Don't Give Up.
Pray upon it, don't you ever walk away from it. Don't you quit, cannot play with it, don't give up. You gotta know some talent. You never borrow it, no money spent. Can't get you out, tell them don't even try. And then better go repent. Live your life as it was ordained. It will be sometimes not, but most times rain. Easier said than done when you're the one who is feeling the pain. So you have to pray upon it, pray upon it. Don't you ever walk away from it. Don't you quit, cannot play with it, don't give up. I am begging you to stay upon it, pray upon it. Don't you ever walk away from it. Don't you quit, cannot play with it, don't give up. And keep throwing the towel or feeling blue. 'Cause one day you're gonna end up be the victor too. Just be brave, my sisters, my brothers, I'm talking to you.
You see? Here we go again.
Your reward will be great. Give yourself
It's really fascinating to me how the gremlins just jump in and just do whatever they want to do.
Don't you ever walk away from it. Don't you quit.
Everything just froze.
Don't give up.
For that brief moment.
You must be careful on it.
But I'm glad it froze in this song right here.
Walk away from it.
Because we're not giving up.
Quit, cannot play with it.
That's right, 3215. Don't give up.
Shoop, shoop, shooby dooby doo. The wagon is and we won't come follow you. Give thanks for everything. Success and favor your hard work will bring. Hey. Shoop, shoop, shooby dooby day. Everything up we run out of your way. It's now time to win. Tear them blocks down, now back down, cause every down out them. Pray upon it. Don't you ever walk away from it. Don't you quit, cannot play with it. Don't give up. Pray upon it, pray upon it. Don't you ever walk away from it. Don't you quit, cannot play with it. Don't give up.
I'll give up. I'll go make the system get me down. I'll give up.
This is Tony Roy.
I'll go make the system get me.
He says, nah, give up.
See my brother from the corner. Show some love every time, y'all. See my little sister on the corner. Show some love every time, y'all. Though sometimes it seems so wrong. Though sometimes it seems so tough. Though sometimes it seems so wrong. Though sometimes I feel like giving up, but me nah give up. Nah go make the system get me down. Nah give up. Nah go make the system get me down. I put my trust in the Father to guide me through any weather. Through ups and downs, He's always around, and He will never ever let me down. When obstacles get in my way, on my knees unto Him I pray, to guide me through this rocky way. So from Him I will never stray. Nah give up. Nah go make the system get me down. Nah give up. Wouldn't make the system get me down. No, 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 no. No. No, 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 no. Oh. See my little brother from the corner. Show some love every time, y'all. See my little sister from the corner. Give her some love every time, y'all. Though sometimes it seems so rough. Though sometimes it seems so tough. Though sometimes it seems so rough. Though sometimes I feel like giving up, but me nah give up. Nah go make the system get me down. Nah give up. Couldn't make the system get me down. Put hands and hands together and let us work together. Put hands and hands together and let us help each other.
Please make the night just a little longer. My woman is waiting for me, way over yonder.
This is the zone of Marty Dread.
I am running late, and her love is.
His request is that the night be made a little bit longer.
Please make the night.
But even if it is made a little bit longer, I can't stay with you much longer.
Tell me it's me that.
So this is how I tell y'all I got to get on out of here. The track Just a Little Longer by Marty Dread in the background.
If you could extend.
I want to thank you all for your support. Thank you for participating. Thank you for sharing.
I know it's a lot.
Truly appreciate of each and every one of you. Thank you to the affiliates, One Harmony Radio, NIE Radio, Island Worldwide, the Foundation Radio Network, ClintonLindsay.com, WGLRO, home of the Donna Walker Morning Show, Allawap Radio, Dusik Media Groups, PEMGTV.com. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I am running late.
Thank you to my sponsors, Paul C Media, Althea and her Healing Heavenly Hands, Althea SU. Thank you to Reggae Global Entertainment. Thank you to McNeil Trucking. McNeil Trucking sponsors this segment called Musical Therapy. Thank you all for the support. Do remember, as we part company, to look up for members of your community. Remember, your community is not just development that you live in, but it spreads far and wide. So those that you pass on the bus and the plane, the boat or the train, whether you walk, ride or drive, these are members of your community. Do something good for one of them today, because you never know who's going to do something good for you tomorrow. My name is DJ Kevin Stew, so I like to do it to you, for you, and with you every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here at the night shift of DJ Kevin Stew on kevinstew.com and affiliates. Do join me tomorrow for Real Talk as we close out the week. But until then, be good. If you can't be good at it. Good morning, good afternoon, good day to you, wherever you are in the world from right here in South Florida. I bid you a good night. Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The night shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.